Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint Germain family, to episode 1 of Transfer Explained. In today's episode, we'll be looking at Désiré Doué to Paris Saint Germain. A little information about Désiré Doué. He's obviously 18 years of age, born in 2005, and he was one of the runners-up for Ligue 1 Young Player of the Year, which obviously Warren Zaïre-Emery took home. This season, he has 4 goals and 4 assists in 25 starts for Stade Rennais in all competitions in both Ligue 1, Coupe de France, and in the Europa League. What makes Désiré Doué such an impactful talent is his extreme versatility. Because of his physique, but also technique, he can play all across different positions. He can play as a central midfielder, as pretty much an 8. He can play as an offensive 8/ a number 10, and he can even play as a winger. We can take a quick look at Désiré Doué's FBRF stats, and as you can see, it's really great. Progressive passes 99th percentile, successful take on 99th percentile, progressive carries 99th percentile, shot rating actions 97th percentile, shot total 96th percentile. These are elite numbers, and he's 18. He's 18 and he's having these crazy numbers. He's one of the best dribblers in Ligue 1 alongside Barcola, Dembélé, Roman Del Castillo, and so on. And if we take a look at his stats on Data Mob, we can see that his offensive actions are pretty much as good as they can be, and his dribble stats are absolutely crazy. We can clearly see that the thing that Désiré Doué has to evolve in his game is playmaking. He doesn't have enough assists and he doesn't have enough key passes. If we compare his stats to Canguilhem at Paris Saint Germain, who plays in a very similar position to Désiré Doué, we can see how Désiré Doué absolutely cooks Canguilhem in every single metric. If we take the comparison a bit deeper, we can compare Désiré Doué to Fabian Ruiz and Canguilhem, once again, who all play in similar positions, which is offensive 8. We can clearly see that Désiré Doué is number 1 in most categories. He's most in key passes, shot rating actions, dribbles attempted, passes into the penalty area, progressive carries, and progressive passes received. Second in dribbles completed percentages, but that's because he takes a lot of high volume, and Fabian Ruiz barely dribbles any game. And he's also lost when it comes to assists, but as I said, that is something that he has to work on in his game. Now let's jump to the reports. Campos appreciates the profile of Désiré Doué. The young player from Stade Rennais would like to recruit him. This was back in 2022. And this, once again, is huge props to Campos. He's done this with Barcola last season. Now he's doing it with both Lenioro and Désiré Doué. This is absolutely astonishing from our sporting director, who deserves a grand applaud. Because now everybody's looking at Désiré Doué. But Campos looked at him when nobody was looking. And this is why Campos is probably the best sporting director in the world. I've critiqued him. I've been harsh on him. But Campos, when it comes to young talents, easily best in the game. And we should obviously listen to Campos more, because this is not the first time we're after a player that Campos told us about a few years earlier. Désiré Doué's new agent, Moussa Sissoko, wants to replace the young midfielder at PSG. Although talks regarding it have not yet started, the Frenchman is considering the idea of leaving Rennes this summer. Several other clubs are also interested in him. Obviously, Moussa Sissoko is the new agent for Désiré Doué, who is also the same agent of Ousmane Dembélé and Randal Colomani, 2 current Paris Saint Germain players. And it's great to have an agent that is pushing his player to come to Paris Saint Germain. But it's not only Moussa Sissoko who is pushing for the move, because with these recent reports, Désiré Doué wants to leave Rennes this summer, and his representatives are already in talks with PSG. To date, Bayern Munich, Bayer Leverkusen are most interested clubs in any case. Arsenal, United have also made initial contacts. So Désiré Doué wants also to come to Paris Saint Germain. We got his manager pushing. He wants to leave. He only has a 2-year left on his contract at Stade Rennais, which forces them to sell now that he wants to leave. It's a very open game for Paris Saint Germain, and the potential price tag could be Désiré Doué is expected to leave Rennes this summer. Rennes sporting director Florent Maurice is hoping for a club record fee of around 60 to 70 million euros. The transfer fee will mainly depend on the competition between clubs for him, likely to be in the range between 40 to 50 million. So both L'Equipe and Oust France are trying to predict the estimated price. One is saying 40 to 50, one is saying 60 to 70 million. So I would put the price tag in between 40 to 60 million euros for Désiré Doué from Stade Rennais to Paris Saint Germain. Désiré Doué is very much appreciated in the PSG locker room, even more since his last match at the Parc des Princes. Désiré Doué obviously has faced us many times in both the league and in the cup, and has always had a good enough performance against Paris Saint Germain. And it's great to hear that the PSG players know about his talent, because I'm seeing similar stuff to when we played Warren Zaïre-Emery. When he was playing, Neymar loved him, Messi loved him, and Mbappe, a lot of the PSG players loved him, and it's the same thing here for Désiré Doué. Now we've come to the final part. How big is the probability of Désiré Doué joining Paris Saint Germain this summer? At the moment, I'm going to give a 65 percentile probability. Désiré Doué is very close to joining Paris Saint Germain, but no agreement has been reached with the player. Only preliminary talks have started with Stade Rennais. We'll have to wait a bit more, especially with Stade Rennais wanting to build up a fight between clubs for Désiré Doué so they can push the price tag even higher. But that's been it from your boy PSGINT. Let me know in the comments down below what player do you want to see for Transfer Explained in next episode. And as usual, allez, allez, allez Paris!